There is a secret power to destroy devils that Tabata has been foreshadowing but has not revealed yet. Now, of course, there are things already present within this series that have been revealed that can stop a devil. For example, the first thing that comes to our mind is arcane magic or anti-magic like Asta. Clearly, Asta in his Devil Union form, his anti-magic is strong enough to completely stop a first-level Supreme Devil. True magic is another source of power that can stop devils, but we've seen that is only limited to low-ranking devils so far, because when you're using true magic, even though it's the true element itself, but that's a lot of mana. But the Dryad explained that if you use a ton of mana, you can mow down low-ranking devils. But when it comes to mid-ranking devils or higher, there may be a problem. Like a big enough problem that's so massive like you watching this video, you haven't subscribed or liked the video yet. Because I appreciate it in advance. However, when we talk about advancement, ultimate magic is the true advancement of true magic, which we saw that was displayed by Luck. Because if true magic was truly strong enough and had the secret power to destroy mid-ranking devils, Tabata would have displayed that. He would have showed that true magic is not limited to low-ranking devils. So he showed that Luck has the power to stop mid-level devils, and that is with ultimate magic, completely debunking what the Dryad stated, which shows that ultimate magic has an endless amount of potential and the sky is the limit for it. So honestly, it's fair to think that ultimate magic may be the secret power to be the end-all be-all to stop devils. However, we also saw that ultimate magic also has limitations. We saw when Licht, the most powerful elf of all time, tried to use ultimate magic against Zagreus and it didn't work, and he was only a high ranked. We saw when Gaja used ultimate magic, even the combination of true magic, to use against Megicula. Megicula wasn't even at full power, and it didn't work on Megicula. This spell is arguably top 3 strongest attack spell in this series, maybe top 1. However, imagine if he used that spell against a full power Megicula. Megicula could have walked right through it, and this is a supreme rank. Saint Stage is another power that's new in this series, where if you use the power of Saint Stage to cut a devil's heart, they could die. However, even Noelle in her Saint Stage form wasn't enough against Megicula. She needed help. And even though Asta's anti-magic can counter everything and has the power to destroy a devil, he's completely useless against a 50% Lucifero. All these secret powers have been shown to stop devils within the series. However, they are not strong enough. How will they get strong? Because mainly this entire arc has been focused on 3 characters, the 3 main characters, Asta, Yuno, and Noelle. All 3 have a power that can stop devils better than anyone. However, they need to acquire more strength, because the power that they have right now, Tabata is showing that it's not enough because the villains are getting stronger and stronger. The power creep for this series is skyrocketing. When it comes to potential power, they lead the way. But what could Tabata do to the point where one day these characters individually can fight supreme devils on their own? Or just having the power to compete against a 50% Lucifero? Well, let's start with Noelle. I think we all can agree that Noelle is just better suited with the water spirit, better than Lord Bachika will ever be. And for the world, she's better for it. Reason why is because Noelle can perform Saint Stage because she can learn attack spells. She has attack spells, whereas in Lord Bachika's case, she does not know how to perform a single attack spell, so she will never be able to reach Saint Stage. So Lord Bachika keeping the water spirit is actually detrimental to the world because you're going to need that military power. You need the perfect host to stop devils, and she's not the perfect host to the water spirit. Where in Noelle's case, Undine stated that Noelle has what it takes to be a perfect host for the water spirit. This is why she needs to keep the water spirit, because you're dealing with devils currently in the story, and it just wouldn't make sense for Noelle to lose a power that can counter devils just for that power to go back into the hands of somebody that can never use the power to stop devils. Lord Bachika saw how if the world was to be overcome with devils and Lucifero, majority of the world will be destroyed. So I think that she will not take the risk of keeping the water spirit when she knows that Noelle is a better candidate to stop this event from happening. So I think it's just better, and it's safe to say that Noelle is going to keep the water spirit. Now, of course, we already saw Noelle has the power of true magic. However, we did not see ultimate magic, and it's probably because she has not learned ultimate magic yet because she was too busy trying to master the power of Spirit Dive to use Saint Stage, because the Dryad even stated that before Noelle learns ultimate magic or anything else, she must acquire a certain power. So Noelle may not have time to learn ultimate magic. But once she acquires ultimate magic, I think her ultimate magic power is going to be on a different scale than Licks, than Gajas, than everybody who has ever used ultimate magic. Main reason why is because of what Saint Stage is. We've seen a further explanation of it when Yuno acquires Saint Stage, is when the renaissance between a spirit and a host is very close to 100%, Saint Stage is activated. The reason why that line is very important because it shows that people with spirits, even if they're not close to 100% with the renaissance of the spirit, they can still unlock Saint Stage. So imagine if they get to 100%, almost like a devil host when he reaches 100%, or a devil when they reach 100%, the power will be on a different scale. So when Noelle reaches the 100% power of the renaissance with her spirit, I think that her sea dragon's roar and every power that comes between it will be on a higher degree of power, more than anything we have ever seen before from ultimate magic. Or imagine if she used the power of Saint Stage using ultimate magic, there is no devil surviving that. We saw with the water spirit she was able to achieve a mermaid form. With ultimate magic, I truly believe she can obtain a sea dragon's form. Tabata has been on the record to describe Noelle as a water princess, so I would not be surprised if she has this humanoid dragon form, given the fact that majority of her spells are dragon related. Sea Dragon's Lair, Sea Dragon's Cradle, Sea Dragon's Roar, you get the point. And same with Yuno when it comes to the renaissance of his spirit. Once Yuno reached 100% with his spirit die form, using the power of Saint Stage, Yuno is going to be unstoppable. Especially when we already know that Yuno's powers is based on the 4 wind Greek gods. We've seen Spirit of Eurus, Spirit of Boreas, we also seen Spirit of Zephyr. Now we are waiting for Spirit of Notus, which we know that power that he will have based on the 4 wind gods is inevitable at this point. We are just waiting for the next one. And we know that this wind god in particular is known for destroying crops or raining down storms of wind, which is very possible that Yuno may unlock a wind spirit weapon that's linked to storms, causing storms with his wind. That would be insane. He doesn't even have true wind magic. He may not need it, but having that is a good addition. And now we know that if Yuno was to learn that, he can gain ultimate magic, and he can probably learn it faster than anybody because he has a elf inside of him. And because he has a elf inside of him, which was chosen by the 4-leaf clover grimoire, the popular theory of Yuno ever falling to despair and gaining a 5-leaf and using devil magic, that's very possible, but I don't think that will probably happen because the duality between him and Asta needs to be intact. Asta has a devil, Yuno does not. However, Yuno with his magic stone, he has the access to summon power and gain power from the underworld. The main reason why is because Zagreus stated that with Yuno's magic stone, it has the power to summon things from the underworld. The spell within the magic stone has the power to draw out what someone desires from the underworld. So if Yuno really wanted to use this stone and exploit it, he really could. But honestly, he can just master what he already has. He can learn ultimate magic with his star magic and wind magic. Or you can even go a step above. It's very possible that the linked powers of Saint Stage, the powers of spirits, are linked to angels or gods. The name for Saint Stage is very important because if you know what a saint is, it is a person who is recognized of having an exceptional degree of holiness, likeness, or closeness to God. So we already know that gods exist in the world of Black Clover, like the god of fate, or even Nock when he stated that even if gods or devils forgive them, I never will. So it's very possible that Saint Stage is a link to angel magic or something god tier that we have not seen before, which makes sense why it can harm devils so easily. But this is where we get to Asta, because he already has the power of a devil. What more does he need? Number one, we know that his mastered devil union form is not necessarily mastered. Not to explain that Asta's devil union form is not completed. So Asta's devil union form, even though we know that the variation of it changes depending on the sword it holds, but it probably will look extremely different once the form is actually completed. Now, I have so many ideas of what it actually can look like, but just to limit it, I do believe that Asta will have like a full mask once he completes the form. Tabata is a huge fan of Berserk, so I would not be surprised if Asta's perfected Master Union form will look somewhat like Guts, but of course something more demonic. Asta has not tapped into the full power of his Demon Dweller's sword, where he can absorb magic and use it back on his opponents, which is something we have not seen in a very long time. When we saw how Lick displayed that same power, we saw that Raya stated that this was just one of the many powers of that sword. So if Asta was fighting a supreme devil in his perfected union form and was able to incorporate stealing their magic and using it back on them, he will be unstoppable as well. And Asta can master all of this by figuring out the true nature of anti-magic, because it's very similar to antimatter. Because what is living matter? Living matter is something that is bound up also in plants and animals. We saw when Asta was transforming into his anti-magic devil form the first time, he was destroying the plants and grass around him. Antimatter is a radioactive decay. That radioactive decay creates a strong electromagnetic force field that's attracted to strong matter. We know when it comes to anti-magic homes in on strong magic, which is why Asta screamed out magic tracking while fighting Lucifero, because it is attracted to strong magic just like antimatter. It's the same concept. So as the secret power of anti-magic is antimatter, is very possible. But all these secret powers to destroy devils, that potential power is prominent within Asta, Yuno, and Noelle. And it's very prominent with you by subscribing to the channel with notification bells on to see more Black Clover content from me right to YouTube feed. You guys have an awesome life. Take care of yourselves, stay blessed, and we out.